How y'all doing today? I want to welcome y'all to How You Living. Um, Excuse the way I look. I almost didn't get to y'all before the sun went down. I was sleeping. Um, what I wanted to talk about today was that dating a Filipina online is a recipe for heartbreak. Either your heartbreak or her heartbreak. These are the way these things go. I don't think that Filipinas or all Filipinas online are looking to be scammers or anything like that, like most people say. But I think it's very easy for them to get corrupted into becoming the scammer. They may all get online with good intentions, and the intentions to find them somebody and, have a real relationship. But it's real easy whenever guys are willing to just throw money at them and try and support them, for them to get 2, 3, 4 of those guys and then, stick it out. And if they lose one, pick another one up, or something, and things along that line. This is the way the game, is played online. And I say that it's a recipe for heartbreak because usually the foreigner falls in love with the Filipina before they even get into the country. By the time you get there, usually she already knows that she got you. She got you in the bag. Because usually, whenever we get online, we're already damaged goods. We're easy. And we look at them like it's easy for us to get them because they're the ones online, and it's kind of like we could choose, like we out there picking daisies. But we're the suckers. I'm sorry to say. We're the ones that are the suckers. We're the ones that are easy to them. Before we even get over there, they already got our heart. And they are very patient people. Their country is designed for them to make them patient people. And everything is a waiting game over there usually. So they're very patient. They wait us out, and they wait us out before we get over there, no matter how long it is that they have to talk to you before you get there. And then once you get there, they wait it out and see and feel you out and see if that's something that they really want. And it's usually, we're already in the bag before we get there. Now, on the flip side of that, a lot of times, foreigners will talk to these women for a very long period of time, and before we get over there, she's already got, getting documents ready and getting things together, thinking that, you guys are going to be together forever, or, whatever that may mean. And to us, it's just, trying a relationship. And we don't view it the same way that they do. A lot of times it happens, and you'll hear these horror stories about, guys having really bad breakups with Filipinas in the Philippines, and they have to, leave move to another island and restart their social medias and things along that line. Because if you date a Filipina, and as soon as you add her on your Facebook or your social media, all your friends become her friends. Okay, they invade everything. And if you break up with her and she's gonna post up and harass you and everything, you will have to change your social medias. And if she knows where you live, she'll do things like show up at your house, wait all night. If you come back, to your place with somebody else, it becomes a disaster. You will really have to leave the entire island that you live on and move to another island, another part of the Philippines, or leave the country altogether. It can become a very dangerous situation, because when they love, man, they love hard. Or the opportunity that they fall in love with that you could be giving them, and then it's just as hard on the opposite side. Whenever it's bad, it can get really bad. They can get you kicked out of the country, banned from the country, locked up, all types of things. They get you deported. You can get deported. You can get banned from the country for good or for 10 years, things like that. It can become really bad, a really bad situation. And I know a lot of vloggers and things get on here and they kind of backpedal whenever they talk about online dating because they don't want to get the backlash. I'm mostly against it because it has to be the worst way to meet a Filipina is online on the online dating sites. Now I know somebody will get on here and they'll say, "Oh, I met my Filipina, the first Filipina I ever met, and we're married and we're happy." Yeah, but you're the 1 in a million chance. Whenever there's one like you, there's another million horror stories of it happening over and over and over in the negative way. It has to be the worst way to meet a Filipina. If you want to meet a Filipina, you get on your flight, you get off your flight, you go walk around. Go hang out, walk around neighborhood, wherever you are, just walk around. Go to the grocery stores, go hang out at the coffee shops, go to places where there's internet cafes, just hang out and walk around. Usually, Filipinas that are not red flags will not come up to you and approach you first because it's just not the way that they are. The ones that do approach you or seem overly aggressive, usually that's a bad sign. But they will give you, sometimes they'll give you a high that lets you know that they're interested. And not interested like they want you to stay there and talk to them for a long time. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. A lot of times the really shy ones, which is most of them, will just kind of like deer in the headlights or something and not really know what to say to you, or they might get a little embarrassed because, everybody's around and they're talking to a foreigner, or they feel like their English is not very good. But those are the types of ways that you want to meet people. You want to get to the country and meet the woman, especially at a time like now. The opportunity to take advantage of foreigners online on the online dating sites is at an all-time high. The country is closed, nobody can get in, so they can tug you along and tug you along and tug you along for as long as you can't get there. Even if most people never go, but even if you wanted to go, you couldn't right now. So what are you getting out of dating, trying to date a woman online and send them money and take care of them? You can't put her on reserve. You can't put these women on layaway. That's not the way it works. They're women. They're not some alien species or some unicorns from another world. You can invest all that time that you're talking to them online and all the money you send over there, and then you get over there and you don't like her. She doesn't like you. Or she finds somebody else before you get over there, or you end up not going. All of these things. So whenever I say meeting a Filipina online is the worst way, I mean that. It has to be the worst way to try and meet somebody over there. Whenever you can get over there and meet somebody in person. Usually, wherever you're hanging out and you meet somebody, they may have, a like interest because you're hanging out in the same place. Instead of getting online and trying to read somebody's profile, and then you're trying to, figure out who they are. Which another thing is, whenever we meet Filipinas online, usually the foreigners do not vet the Filipinas. Usually, the Filipinas ask all the questions. And then the questions that they ask, we either don't ask or we accept that they don't answer. We have to stop accepting that they don't want to talk about their past, or they don't want to answer the questions, the hard questions that we need answers to. You got to vet these women, man. You can't let them just string you along and find out everything about you and know you inside and out, and you don't know anything about them because they either won't answer the questions or you're not asking the questions. What sense does that make? You got to get to know each other. You definitely need to get to know them as much as they need to get to know you. You got to vet them. You got to find out, what happened in their past. If they're still married, because divorce is not a thing in the Philippines. You can get an annulment, but most people don't because it's very expensive for them. Are they in a relationship? Do they have kids? Because they'll tell you they don't have kids and the kids just don't live with them at the time. You got to vet them. You got to find out what's going on with them the same way they try to find out what's going on with us, because they'll ask you everything down to past relationships and how you broke up and whose fault it was. Did you cheat on her? Did she cheat on you? They'll ask you anything. It is no hose barred whenever they come to asking you questions. But do not accept that they don't answer the same questions for you. Whenever they are asking you these questions, it's a good idea to write them down or take notes or something, and make sure that you ask the same questions to the Filipinas that are asking you questions, or that you need to vet and find things out about. Because one big problem that we have is we do not vet those women enough. Usually, since men, we are physical beings and we're physically attracted to them, and then y'all take that at face value. Y'all just, oh, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're into me, oh my God, she got you like that. You're done for, got her. And there's nothing nobody can do or say to change your mind. Usually that just is what it is. And unfortunately, a lot of men and women learn it the hard way. So that's my video for today, man. Try to stay offline dating with those Filipinas, especially at a time right now, like now, whenever you can't get into the country. There's nothing that she can do for you while you can't get in the country. Nothing. All that they can do, you can do is speak online, maybe video chat, and send money over there. Your money is as hard, you work just as hard and hard earned for your money as they do for theirs, man. You need to survive too. You can't send all your money somewhere to somebody that you either never met or you may never meet. So try to get off those dating sites. Try to get off those dating sites. And if you have to be on there are some rules to the dating sites. It's a video that I'll make another day, but there's some rules that you need to follow. And for starters, it's vetting those women. You gotta vet them. You gotta vet them, and you gotta hard press them the same way that they hard press you. You gotta ask the hard questions and make sure that they answer them. Has to be done. So that's the video for today. And always remember to ask yourself, how you living?